Hello and most welcome to GBC News. This is the page. This is where we do chit-chat, and this is where we get to matter when it comes to sports development to really tell us what is up their sleeves. I'm Theophilus Sampa. I will chauffeur you through today's discussions, and the subject for today's discussion is on looking at the role that clubs have to play when it comes to developing beach soccer in Ghana. It started some years back, and those days people never believed that talent exists when it comes to playing at the beaches. But these young dynamic men decided that they would take the bull by the horn. And then for the first time in the history of an African country, when it comes to beach soccer, Ghana established 2 tier leagues, the Premier and the Division 1. It has never happened before. And still people are still trying their best to do it. But at the end of the day, a whole lot has gone through the mill. And I remember one of the most beautiful things that happened to beach soccer was Ghana's participation in one of the AFCON tournaments. And at the end of the day, a player from Ghana still has his name written in ink and gold and in the sands of beach soccer. Alexander Majay is still the top goal scorer for Africa when it comes to AFCON in beach soccer. And so it tells you how far we can go if we push this agenda of beach soccer. And so today, a whole lot have gone down the drain. So we want to find out, after President announcing the gradual easing of restrictions here and there, we want to find out how beach soccer can rise up. Because it's been absent from the calendar for a while now. How can beach soccer rise up? And in terms of rising up, I know there are administrative ways here and there, but the clubs that are the main actors, what are their roles? What can they also do to push leadership to get to where they are? I've been joined by a player. He was a former player. He was a former manager. He is a manager. He is PRO. And then inspirational speaker, commentator, just name it. And so he has seen it all. So today, we want to go deep so that he will tell us from their angle as club owners, club administrators, as players, what they are really doing to make sure that beach soccer bounces back under Mr. Kate Okweku's administration. Because once upon a time, they pledged to bring beach soccer back. I have Nii Laryea Bonne in the house. Gentlemen, good to have you. It's a pleasure. It's been a while.
It's been a very long time, actually. But today we are here, and we want to make things happen that way it should happen. So I want to say thank you also for bringing us here. You know, shout out to all the people who are trying to make beach soccer what it is now. Ruben Jidodo in Keita, Davis Niamole, no, Dana Poku Amankwa and Co. You know, we are all doing our best. So we are here today.
Today, I intentionally brought you here for us to really look at the nitty-gritties. What really is being the stumbling block, or has been the stumbling block, preventing the gradual growth of beach soccer, because it started rising, and we've seen that it is just gone on hibernation, if I may put it that way. Nii, you are with Layoca.
Yes.
Now tell me, from Layoca's angle, for some time now you've been absent from the beaches. What is happening to you and your colleagues?
First of all, I would say thank you for this very important question, and it goes to all the clubs, not only Layoca, that is facing those issues. You know, before COVID-19, we were an association. I don't know if you follow beach soccer for a while. Beach soccer itself was not a FIFA program, a CAF program from the beginning. It was a Brazilian retired players who were playing beach soccer. They were enjoying themselves. And then FIFA realized that this thing is becoming big. So let's put it under our umbrella. So it was a collaboration that it brought together, and FIFA picked it up. Then it moved down into CAF. So when we started here, we had our autonomy and we were running. But we realized that going forward, it would be a problem. Why would it be a problem? Because if you're an entity and you want to go on your own, it is very difficult. But if you are with an umbrella, a bigger umbrella, like the GFA, and you are moving things, it goes smoothly, because everybody who wants to support you knows that, okay, you are with a reputable organization that will push you. That was what brought beach soccer and the GFA. The clubs, if you talk about, we have a bigger role we are playing. It is not about, electing executives to go up there and sit there doing nothing. But it's from the clubs that we have to push the executives to move to where they have to be. And that is where we have been today.
So you are with Layoca.
Yeah.
Where is Layoca now where we talk about beach soccer now? Where we say Layoca. Okay, we've reached there, we've done this.
We can blow our horn and say that Layoca is the first beach soccer team in Greater Accra here or in Ghana here. But then there are a lot of hindrances that have gone with us. Layoca don't have a recognized sponsorship. It has always been the love of the game. People like Davis Niamole, people like Yamo Crazy, people like Isaac Odwe, the Glovers, people like Tete Katano, who have been moving Layoca to where we are. It got to a point, the players have to rebel against us because we were not giving them what is due for them. But the point was that it's not that we were not giving them, but the thing was not coming. So if it's not coming, how do you give? That became a problem for us. We managed to massage the issue. We managed to jaw with the players one-on-one. And then we got a set who were ready to, channel our ideas, follow our dream that we had, that this is where we want to go. Number one, for now we are at 0. So if we are moving to 0, 1, 2, you have to be with us. So that when we get to 3 or 4 and everything is intact, we can't say you will not enjoy some.
Was Layoca not a community-based team?
Yes. Number one is Layoca in itself is an acronym. The La Youth Club Association.
So
it's a community owned.
Yes.
And what we were doing at that time is that we were empowering youth in the community. Cleanliness, career counseling, and we were doing a lot. Sports, all was one umbrella that we were doing with the La Mansamope, which was an NGO. So it was there that we formed Layoca Beach Soccer Club. So when we got there, we realized that there were no youth clubs in town that would bring them under one umbrella anymore, because school is taking better part of them. People are moving out of La, taking better part of them. Others, jobs and other things. So people do not have time to do the youth clubs anymore. So then we've grown it down into the beach soccer so that we'll have a focus line that we can push, because La Mansamope went more into health issues in La. Okay. So if they went into health issues in La, what do we have to do as a people? So that is where we moved into beach soccer. And
since everybody blames COVID for disrupting everything, yes, and so our beaches now, especially the Laboma Beach, where it has become the hub for beach soccer development, and we haven't seen much activity over there. And so I just want to know, so the players that you have, that you boast, that we've seen, so on our screens are some archival material, some beach soccer matches that took place at Laboma, and with the partnership of Cowbank and Co helping you guys. What the boys that play, the men that come and form Layoca, what is the current state now? Have they all joined other clubs? Have they all left? Taking them over?
Truth to be
still there?
We have the core of the team. I can talk about 5 players that they have not moved anywhere.
Okay.
They have not moved anywhere in the sense that they love the beach soccer.
Okay.
So they didn't try to sign for association football. Initially you can play association football and still play beach soccer.
Yes.
But now CAF says no. If you register as a beach soccer player, you are playing beach soccer. If you register as an association football player, you are playing for association football. So you cannot cross anymore. And that was where people have to weigh.
Because I remember some of the players used to play for Liberty Professionals.
Exactly.
So was joining CAF or trying to be under the GFA a blessing or?
There are 2 things. Every coin has 2 sides.
Okay.
So let's maintain it. Let's maintain it the way it is. It is a blessing.
Present when the presidential aspirants under the normalization committee vying for the GFA presidency met at Cowbank offices, and all of them pledged that when Congress votes them into power, beach soccer will be one of their topmost priorities.
Perfectly.
Now, Cat 1, you were there.
Exactly.
Information out there has it that clubs must go through a licensing process, registration process, blah, blah, blah. Guys, where are you guys now?
Perfectly. So currently, as I speak now, we have about 12 clubs who have gone through that system.
Out of the over 20?
Out of the over 20. Because now, you know, president or chairman at that time was saying that get prepared, get prepared, get prepared. A lot of people do not hear the get prepared. They didn't understand the get prepared. But it is here with us. And GFA says that before we will identify you as part of us, you have to go through X, Y, Z. Bring your account. You have to get an account for your team. You have to be registered with the Registrar General. You have to get all these things in fact. You have to get your board and everything. And a lot of clubs were running individually. You know, like, till you have a club, you're running the club on your own. When it's time, you call your boys, Charlie, let's go and play. Or twice in a week, you say, come and train and let's go and play. You know, that was what we were doing at that time. So now that we have to officially get structured, who is your medical team, who is your coach, who is your mazwa, all these things, it is breaking a lot of clubs down. It is breaking a lot of clubs down. But a lot of people have gone through it. So you should know that all these while people were also there ready to move. Change is very difficult. Change is very difficult. But when you are able to change swiftly, then everything is on the move for you. So a lot of clubs have gone in there. We are waiting for them to respond. Once the GFA responds, then we are going to have, we've already talked about the affiliation fees, what we are supposed to pay. We don't have to pay like association football, where most of the teams have a sponsorship and other things. These are individual clubs that we don't have sponsorship, you know. So you cannot put us on the same level as a King Pfizer, as a Kotoko, as Accra, as a Vo. No. So that's where we are now, and we are pleading with the GFA that they should step down for us, so that we'll be able to. So
when you held your meetings, what was the understanding? How much were the FA expecting you guys to have?
Actually, a figure has not come out yet, but they made us understood that we will pay like these people, and that was
so
what
you are going to pay like
a Premier League club will pay, and that was what brought there. So we decided, okay, let's go back to them, talk to them. There's a medium you use.
Because as it stands now, there is a body at CAF that is in charge of beach soccer.
Perfect.
And so there is a beach soccer AFCON now. There is a FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup.
Exactly.
And qualifiers and everything. And now you have to fall under the GFA. So the GFA is not only looking at the grass football.
No.
Now there is even futsal.
Exactly.
There is beach soccer.
There's beach
so you have to be under them.
Beach volley.
And everything. And GFA is saying that for you to be really part of them, you need to go through the mill. This is what we are doing. And so you need to do it.
Yes.
And as it stands now, some of you clubs are struggling because you started as community teams.
Yeah.
You started as an individual, trying to help young boys move away from the street. And now here is the dilemma. Now I ask you, as a club, what proposals have you put in place? Where have you gone to? Which people have you met to discuss them to make sure that the club is indeed a professional one, as the GFA wants you?
I can talk about Layoca because we've really moved to places. If you look at our jurisdiction, we are in La. Most of the embassies are on our lands. Most of the shopping malls stuff are on our land. You know, they are places, the banks and stuff are there. But then the point we have this year is that COVID has kind of reduced everything to a certain part. So if you go, they will tell you, you know the system, you know how economy has been now. So we cannot say anything now. Probably let's think about 2021, 2022.
The president's announcement said that football and all contact sports should start preparations. For football, he has given the green light, start from the 30th.
Yes.
So it's up to the GFA to say we are starting on October 30th, or we start on September 1, or whatever, November or December, whatever. But the president now has given the limelight. So now that everybody will be thinking about the football, and you are also there, what will be your fate now?
So I tell people there are more questions than answers. Why am I saying that? We all want to play football. We all want to enjoy the game. We all want to go to the beach. Now contact sports should start. The beaches are still closed.
So beach soccer cannot take place.
Where are we going to train? Remember that every beach is under a certain management or a traditional area. So they adhere to what the president says. They don't want to default for them to have problems with the government.
So as it stands now, the president's
we cannot even go there.
The president's directive has sidelined you guys because the beaches have been closed.
That's it. Number two, Theo, if you look at all the contact sport that are started in the world, they are testing every player, every manager, every official, every single day. Do we have that money?
Are you talking about beach soccer?
Exactly. I'm talking about beach soccer. I'm talking about Layoca. I'll talk for Layoca, and Layoca will spread to every club.
So Layoca, you have, let's say, 25 players.
Exactly. So no, let's say we have 15 players
and administrators
and 10 officials. So making 25.
Yes.
So all these people. So the sport says that
150 cedis that you pay to get your test.
$150 or $150.
No, that one if you are coming from outside. But
okay.
When you go and do the test, 150 cedis.
Okay.
So times your 25.
Times 25.
Any day you play match or you go and train.
You test.
So that's where your fear is.
It is not that where that is where the fear is for everyone, not just Layoca. Because if I have to now, we are thinking of playing home and away, not a one.
So you have the match center like in the past. Now we say okay, we are
playing all the matches here. So they will say, Laboma is one arena, Keta is one arena, Jomoro in the western region is another arena, and you have teams from Jomoro, you have teams from Volta, you have teams from Greater Accra. So if we are moving that away, do you take into consideration the transportation, plus your testing, plus the per diem?
And you don't have a sponsor.
Try.
And the package that Bank gives you, because they are your headline sponsors, are not enough.
It's for logistics.
The Bank one is for logistics for the national team
and the national teams and the premier.
Okay.
So it is very difficult, Although we are happy, yes, they've opened contact sports. I know people will disagree with me. Hey, we have to play. But it's not about just playing. Remember, if you look in Europe and other places, when one person contracts the disease, they postpone their match because they have to do contact tracing. You get it? So it is different saying, government saying or president saying that, okay, I have given you liberty, go and play. And observe all the protocols. That's where people are not listening.
So for you, right now, you are not part of the directives because the beaches
are closed.
So
for
beach soccer, you still stay at home.
Are closed.
And be jogging around.
And if you jog on the street and come into the sun, it's another ball game.
Okay.
You have to train in the sun to get used to the sun, to be able to scoop the ball, to be able to lift the ball and hit your shots.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So as it stands now, with the processes that the FA have put in place and blah blah blah, on the African scene and on the international front, there are World Cups coming up.
I've seen a lot of
activities are going on elsewhere, and when you look at how countries are taking it, do you think that there should be a forum for everybody to take a second look at how we can make enough from beach soccer because of the potentials that it has?
So it is 100% true of what you're saying. We have to go back and look at the forum. Because if a match is being played, people come to sell water. People come to sell drinks. People come to sell food. These are our employment for all these people.
Although we don't have a well-structured arena that we call this is our beach soccer hub.
But all these things come into being. All these people are employed in a way. So if it is not going on, all these people who sell those things at that area, unemployed, they are down there. You get it? The beaches, it pulls crowd to the beaches. If they are not playing beach soccer, I'll go and sit there and watch the sea. Yeah, I know, people go and do it, but they won't do it.
So you feel that?
So I feel that we have to go back and get a second look at it well, because it generates income for the economy and the communities.
Have you as a group, maybe with your leadership and everybody, knocked on the doors of the National Sports Authority, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and then really just alert them? I know maybe they are aware, but because of pressure, that as for us at the beach, it seems we are being, quote unquote, relegated to the background. What is the plan from NSA? What is the plan for you guys? And
So
have you guys done it?
that is a new force we are moving now. The club owners are coming together, the coaches are coming together to say, hey, look, committee or leadership, what you didn't realize is that contact sports, it only goes for the stadiums, but the beaches are still closed. So whatever they are saying does not really come to bear for us. So what do? Where can we channel our grievances and get to the authorities so that they understand that, no, you've released one, but the other one you have not. So that is where we are now. So probably somewhere next week we are moving into that action. Yeah.
Okay, I've seen some people sending messages. I never put any number on things last week. This is one way tete I'm having with Nii Laryea Bonne. He is a manager of Layoca Beach Soccer Club, and we're still looking at the opportunities given by government that all sports, including contact sports, should start training, and Premier League and Division 1 should start. But the bigger question was that, was beach soccer captured in it? If you look at it very well, it is still no, because per the president's directive, no activity should go on at the beaches because of fear of a spike in coronavirus cases. And so what happens to the fate of beach soccer clubs and players as well, because some of them only survive when they play the games and they get some stipends to manage their lives. And so that's what is happening now. If an entity out there is watching you today, I know at the Flagstaff House they watch this program, let us a company or a leader is there and thinking, so what can I do for you guys in terms of calling for support? What really do you need? Money? If money, how much can sustain your club like Layoca? If you're calling for support, what form of support do you need? That they bring you kits, they bring you balls, they bring you food, they bring you beverages. What exactly, when you guys call for sponsorship that you want, that somebody builds you an arena? What exactly is it? So that whilst we check out from the show, someone says and says, okay, I can support this group of boys or ladies at this particular angle they are calling for. In terms of support, what support do you need?
So I would say both in cash and in kind. Why am I saying in kind? As we speak now, not every club have original beach soccer ball. It is expensive.
No, say it again. You don't have what?
Beach soccer balls.
So what you used to pay is for the national.
It's for the national. It's for the association.
You finish, then they take it away.
Layoca has some Keta, and I think.
Is this that expensive?
It is expensive.
Beach soccer ball.
Beach soccer ball is like $200.
And you don't have
one.
Enough.
We don't have enough. We don't have enough. Whatever we have is from the bigger.
So what sort of magic do you perform? Because on the African team, it doesn't look like you guys don't have balls and you don't have arenas. You go out there and you display magic.
Truth to be told, let me say that I always give credit to Yampo for Accra for helping us to get original beach soccer balls in Ghana here. When we started in 2011 somewhere, it was Puma who was helping there through the effort of Anthony Bafo. Because at that time he was the ambassador, the now CAF General Secretary. You know, he was the ambassador for Puma. So he brought in a couple of balls that he came to present to us. We kept those balls. As going forward, he also contacted people outside, and then they got other ones for us. So, you know, every year they keep changing the balls into suiting the sun, you know, for it to be accessible to play. So we got all those things, and that's what we've been using. A lot of people train with the normal football, but then when you do that and you come, this becomes very light for you, and getting your target becomes a problem for you. Because when you use heavy things and you come, this becomes lighter. So the way you should control the ball and hit it, you cannot do that.
So for instance, you will need balls.
You will need balls. We will need balls.
So if a company out there decides that, okay, want to support Layoca with balls,
they are
welcome.
Kits, cones, you know, beverages and stuff. It has to come. Once we get that, then we can talk of the per diems of the players.
That one too is another issue.
It's another issue.
So they play on empty stomach and they play because of fun.
Let me tell you this. I talk about from the Layoca angle. When we play every match during those times, you know, every player will take him home a 50 Ghana cedi.
For the whole week.
Thank you. If we train twice or thrice a week, if you come, you are getting 20 Ghana for your transport.
Is this enough?
That's a question. So if he goes to play coach football and he gets like 200, 300, why would he come and play beach soccer?
Okay. And so as Ghana watches, and you are in the enclave, Nabali
Yes.
and Co. So we are hoping that corporate entities and benevolent organizations out there, please, in channeling your resources to productive ventures, we have dynamic young boys and the girls. I know we will soon see beach soccer female clubs popping up, but now the attention is on the men.
Yeah.
And so if you're out there and you really want to support, the clubs are many. Please get closer. I don't even want to call on the MPs because they keep promising us and we don't see it. But members of parliament, in whatever you do, your district assembly common fund, when they are distributing it and you're even doing the sports, please look at those at the coastal areas so that at least that one too can create some employment. Because we've been talking about employment enough. And please look at sports and do it. Nii Laryea, thank you very much. And I'm hoping that we will end here, we'll bring other colleagues here, we'll talk more. So we see where we can reposition beach soccer so that Ghana benefit. Because now that you're under GFA, Ket will like to, I know him, he likes trophies, he likes the fanfare. And so, Mr. Ketokreku, I salute you with your executive committee members. I hear you've donated your September salaries to the accident victims. Kudos. I am praying that you can also donate some of your allowances to develop beach soccer and other things. I know there are a lot of plans you are having, and so please let it be quick so that we see it, because this Christmas we have to celebrate it with beach soccer as well, not only the female and the male football teams, but beach soccer too. And so we're checking out. What do you say before we leave the studios?
I want to say that it's a blessing joining GFA because there are a lot of courses. There are a lot of things that channel through CAF, FIFA, CAF, and then comes to the local. We are going to benefit. When we were on our own, we didn't get chance of getting all those things. So now it is time for us to get it. And I want to say thank you to everybody out there. Corporate body, we are calling on you to come and then help us. And also, I dedicate this show to my boy, John Perez, Nii Laryea Bonne. He's watching me now.
And so, John, all the best. Wish you guys all the best. And so that's how we draw the curtains on the page here. Thanks very much for doing the watching. Remember, the page continues same time tomorrow. Keep watching GBC News. Bye for now.
Thank you.